Hi, thanks for joining me again. Today I wanted to show you Sublime Text. Now this is an alternative to using TextEdit or Notepad. Obviously it's also an alternative to Dreamweaver, but Dreamweaver's got some really cool things that Sublime Text or all these other text editors don't have. But if you're going to be using Notepad or TextEdit, then I highly recommend you grab Sublime Text. If you've got Dreamweaver, then hang out for the Dreamweaver videos. But basically, Sublime Text is a text editor like the other ones. It gives you a little bit of a sneak peek on the right-hand side here of your whole code. This is the code that you're currently editing. It allows you to have multiple tabs here so you can do multiple things. There's some really cool things that it lets you do. So you grab the OS X version here. If you have a Windows version that you need, grab it from the other platforms and download this file. So let's just download that. And what you should get is you should get this DMG file, and the DMG file allows you to basically install it. If you're on a Mac, if you're on a Windows computer, it's going to be a little bit different, obviously. So you can grab Sublime Text, you can put it into your applications. But basically, when you start up Sublime Text, once Sublime Text opens, you'll see that it's basically a text editor. You can do all the same stuff we were doing there before, so make HTML stuff, put a head in, put some title stuff in, my first Sublime page, close the title, close the head, open the body, put a H1 in, welcome, and then close the body and close the HTML. And obviously put your paragraphs and things in here, as many as you need, etc. So that's your Sublime Text interface, right? It says up the top here it's unregistered because you haven't purchased it, so you've got this unregistered version that you're using. It gives you your line and column kind of position so you can see where you are. It gives you this little sneak peek of the whole code on the side. Basically, if you had a lot of this code, and I'm just going to show you and then undo this quickly. So if we just had lots and lots and lots of code, you'll see that here you can just kind of pan through it very quickly. And sometimes you'll be able to see, well, eventually you'll be able to see where you are in your code if you choose to go down this path. Then there's this plain text option here, which has a bunch of drop downs. And really what that lets you do is change how this text is actually being rendered. So if you go, I can't remember where it is up here, so I'm just stumbling. I think it's in here in the syntax. If you go in here and you choose HTML, it will then go and color code this and go, oh, well, if this is HTML, then the little words inside the little angled brackets are HTML, so therefore I'm going to color this HTML. If you were to go and make a new page here and just start to style things and say, my body tag has a margin of 0 and background color of yellow, etc. And then maybe make another one of these for the H1 and say the font size is 12, etc., etc. Then what happens here is, again, this is being treated as plain text. So if you go in and you change the syntax to CSS, this then starts to color code your CSS. So the main reason I'm showing you Sublime Text or kind of any of these text editors, even if you're using Dreamweaver, it's that the power of having the computer figure out what's a tag and what's a property and what's a value and color coding it for you is really cool, because it just means that you don't have to do as much work to read and understand what's going on there once you get used to what's going on. And keeping your HTML and your CSS separate is one thing that you can do easily in tabs. So it's kind of cool that you don't have to have like two windows and things floating around. And if you had another JavaScript file here, you could write some JavaScript here. So the idea is that you can have as many of these as you want. These little arrows work to kind of shift around in between them. But generally speaking, it's an alternative if you don't have Dreamweaver for whatever reason and you're struggling to keep up with Notepad and TextEdit in the exercises we're doing. Check out Sublime Text. It's free. You download it, you install it like we just did. It lets you type up your text, and obviously once you save it, use your browser to preview it like we've been doing in other exercises and activities. And once you're getting more comfortable with it, you'll see that this is actually a lot more friendly in how you can read it because of the color coding And some of the cool things as well here with the, if you open up a squiggly bracket, it closes it for you instantly and puts the cursor inside. So it saves you a couple of keystrokes, so you don't have to do all of that. So there's lots of stuff like that. If you forget to do things like, well, this is a bad example, but if you forget to close one of these squigglies or you delete it by accident, it'll tab in, so it thinks, oh, you're still in there, so it'll give you an indicator that you probably shouldn't go and put the paragraph thing in. And even if you do, then it doesn't turn the right color, so it tells you, oh, I don't think you've closed something because this can't be a new definition, so go back here and close that off. Now it's the correct color. So those are little things that it will do for you. And that's why I think it's cool to explore. Obviously Dreamweaver does this for you, but I'm just kind of making this for people that aren't on Dreamweaver for whatever reason, so that you can still kind of keep up and play around with this stuff as you explore HTML and CSS and learn this stuff. So that's it for today. Hopefully that helps a little bit, but if it doesn't, leave some comments below. If it's awesome, leave some comments below. And also let me know what to focus on in the future videos as well. Alright, thanks guys.